What is up, guys? Welcome to the Teachers Lounge. Woo!
Yes.
Happy President's Day.
Yes.
Happy President's Day.
Happy President's
Does
Day.
anybody ever be like, hey, you want to come over and have a cookout for President's
Exactly.
Day?
Have a barbecue. No,
There are no President's Day barbecue.
no one cares.
No one
Why do
cares.
we always have all these holidays fall on a Monday? We need to stop that. They need to start on a Friday.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
That's a real 3-day weekend.
yes.
What's the origination of President's Day, though? Because were they just like later? It's just like some drunk guy like in a holiday room being like, President's Day, whatever. Or is there actually historical significance to this?
I have no idea. Chris
Oh,
will probably know that.
no.
probably.
By the way, guys, we should introduce ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We definitely need to do that. Guys, I am Matt Jones. I am a stand-up comedian, an actor, and the reason why I'm here, I'm a drama teacher for 7th graders and 8th graders and 6th graders.
I'm Chris Dunham. I'm a 7th grade math teacher and also a stand-up comic.
Yes. My name is Zoe Johnson. I work in the theater department in the after-school program, and I'm also an actor and comedian as well.
Yes.
And we are in the building. Let's go. Let's
Yes,
get it.
we're in
Let's
the
get
building
it,
in the
get it,
Teachers
get it.
Lounge.
Let's go.
This is a great way to end the weekend with you guys because I am dreading going back to school tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are you? Or are you just kind of like, you're great at accepting things?
I've just been around longer, so I know that
Yeah.
if I don't, then I'm just angry or upset or sad or whatever.
Mhm.
There's a lot of times where I just got to remind myself, it's like, it is, I say that stuff. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I hated
but
that.
Chris plans a lot too. You know, he's thinking about today, probably last week. Prepare. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Exactly.
It's the math teacher in you.
Exactly.
But I'm still, you guys, if I have some of my classes,
Mhm.
you know, that still can just make me just go, no, I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
Dude, my classes this year, the day goes by like a breeze.
hmm
But there are definitely, I'm not going to say how many. There's not that many. But there's a couple-ish
hmm
that after teaching it, I am just exhausted. I literally feel like I got shot with rocket launchers. After I'm done, like I feel like I've been up for a week running a marathon after like that 55-minute class.
Oh, because number one, you have to always be trying to control it because it's always chaos,
It's
right?
chaos, yeah.
And then two, there's usually in those classes, it's not like a nice back and forth conversation,
Mhm.
volley, right? Like a nice tennis match. You're constantly just battling.
And it's back to back. My 2 toughest classes are
back to back. Woo.
Mm.
Back to back. So it's third period. I get to eat lunch and then like I
In
go
the
to-
dark.
Yeah.
Eat in the dark.
Yeah, I eat lunch in the dark and then it's right. Yeah. And then I deal with
It's going down after that.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Did you guys do anything fun for President's Day?
I slept all day.
Slept?
Yeah.
What about
Since I moved into a new place, I was researching trash cans.
you?
So I don't know
That's so
what you
Chris.
guys, how exciting the life
I got
you
the
live.
I like the trash cans that you go over, it just opens up automatically. That's the
You
one I
won't
have.
believe this.
Go ahead.
I got one coming.
Good.
You ordered a new trash can?
And I also made sure, you know, the stainless steel ones, now they make them smudge free. Made sure to get that. Then also another thing with the stainless steel, you know, there's usually like a plastic liner, like thing that comes in.
Yeah.
They make them now. Some of them, you have to search for them that don't have that. So they take up even less space. And it's just the weight of that lid holding everything in place.
You're such a dad, dude. You're such a dad, which is crazy.
Try to make
because,
good
like,
decisions, boys. 'Cause I hate regrets. I've had a
Yeah.
few.
Dude, your next comedy album just needs to be Chris holding 2 babies and it's just called Trash Cans and Couches. Because you're always doing research on furniture.
Or right now I am, especially, man. It's crazy because it's tough. Like finding when you live in an apartment, you know, you really do have to be strategic with like the furniture that you buy. So you're not buying something that's too big or too small or whatever. So
Living in an apartment, especially in Los Angeles, is Tetris. If you guys have never been in an LA apartment,
Absolutely.
you can buy one trash can and then now all of a sudden you're claustrophobic. You know, it's not as bad as New York though. New York is even
It's
worse.
super
Yeah.
expensive.
You get like a shoebox with a rat as it like a roommate.
Nothing.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
You
And then
stay
that's
in
it.
a room and that's it. And you
That's
hear
it.
you hear
That's it.
everybody's business all in the hallway too. You hear everything.
100%.
The walls are super thin. It's the
Yeah,
worst
they're
thing
very, very
ever.
thin, paper thin. Well, guys, we are happy to have you with us We're here in the Teacher's Lounge. We're keeping it 100% honest. And we're going to go to some of these comments right now and see what you guys are thinking. This is from Kahilt. Did I say that? Kahilt. It's not the majority of the kids. It's the 10%. 10% of the kids cause 90% of the problems. Whoa. A truer statement has never been. That is teaching scripture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, I think they're actually being kind of generous with the 10%. I actually think it's only like 5%.
Probably.
Because I think you go throughout society, 5% of the people are causing the other 95% of the problems.
Well, you know what it is? You've talked about this before, but there's always one revolutionary in every class, maybe 1, 2, 3 revolutionaries that want to overthrow your government. You know what I mean? Like you as the teacher, they want to overthrow that system. And it's not even conscious. Sometimes it's just they don't know how to sit still. But then it amps up
everybody else,
all the other kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because like another kid might be calm, but then they see the other kid like rattling on like, you know,
they
prison
the same
bars
thing
with the tin cup, and then they start doing it. Now everybody's barking at the moon.
Yeah. And don't you hate when they try to blame you for everything? Like it's your fault?
What, who, the kids?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's your
yeah. It's
fault.
like, well, it
They're
needs to be more fun. It's like, dude, no one can please you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you can't even watch a full reel on TikTok.
Yeah, absolutely.
For a full 90 seconds. You're like, next. Like, how are you not going to do that with me?
It needs to be more fun.
Yeah.
Hey, they've tried to do that with exercise for adults for years.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still one of the most morbidly obese countries in the world. So there's certain things that it's the act of doing it that you learn the enjoyment over time. And anything that's good for you doesn't really usually feel good in the moment.
90% of all the things that are good for you suck to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Working out sucks. Fasting sucks.
I don't think working out sucks. I love to work out.
Really?
Yes.
I work out almost every day, but I don't always enjoy it.
What's your favorite part? Is it when you actually get a little bit of a pump and then you take your shirt off and get
the chest, and then your arms be throbbing, then you look in the mirror and stuff like that. I love that. I'll be like this all the time. I look in the mirror and stuff. I love that. The veins popping. Yeah, girls looking at you like, yeah, what's up? How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Just do your career. I like it.
But
I love
that's
it.
the benefits of working out. I'm talking about the actual working out.
You learn to really like it. I think it's like anything else. That's for me. That's how it's been.
Well, for me, is if I haven't worked out in a long time, I hate that part.
I hate that too.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Yeah, if I haven't worked out in, let's say, a week, it feels like a month to me.
Yeah, because I work out almost every day, and it's because I'm addicted to the benefits that I get from it. But the working out, dude, I work at Planet Fitness with all the schizophrenics. You know what I mean? Like, Planet Fitness, there's like some guy on the treadmill talking to himself. There's another person that like smells like, stale onions. And then it's like, I'm working out. It's $10 a month for a reason.
Yeah.
I hate Planet Fitness.
I hate it too. It's like a 7-Eleven of gyms.
Yeah. It's nothing in there. It's like barely good weights. You gotta be creative.
Well, the machines, at least the ones that I go to, are pretty nice. I'm not going to say which one I go to because I'm afraid of like
stalkers. Yeah.
Not yet, but maybe in the future. You know what I mean? When this podcast gets a little bit bigger, we might have somebody that's like,
fingers crossed that one day that Matt will actually have stalkers.
Exactly.
We all look forward to things in our lives.
One
guys.
day.
Yeah, it's on my vision board. Just somebody scratching their neck and looking into my window with binoculars.
He's like, I made it, guys.
Exactly.
That's what it is. It's like that. You've not made it. It's not even your first million. It's your first stalker.
That's how you know you made it.
That's what it is.
And two, going back to that person's comment about the 10% ruin it for the other 90 is, and I know we harp on this, but the problem is that 10% can't be removed.
I know.
The 10% is actually emboldened because they know that they can't really get in trouble. And the whole goal is to keep the kid in the classroom. So we're left with chaos.
Absolutely.
Or it's so weird. It's like, how they say the thread that holds society together is so very thin, and we could descend into chaos immediately.
Absolutely.
Right? Like say if there was a major earthquake or something like that, right? And, that's how a classroom is. With some classes, it feels like that thread is just very thin between being somewhat civil and just dystopian future.
The thread is also very thin from being sane and insane as a teacher. You know what I mean? Like there's some days to where it's just like, oh my gosh, like I can feel my eyelid start twitching.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you before?
Yeah.
Where your eyelid just starts twitching from like stress?
Yeah. Or is it stress because that one kid, he's going to be in that classroom, or 2 kids. It's going to stress you out. You thinking about that when you walk in the classroom? Like, oh my God.
Here's the other thing too. The other thing that can be stressful, you can have a class full of kids who like pay attention, but there's a magic number to where it just spills over into chaos. For me, a lot of my classes have been over the years close to 40. And it's just me by myself in the classroom with like, sometimes I had a class that was 42 one time, middle school kids. And so when you're by yourself, the magic number, anything past 32 is crazy. Yeah. Anything past 32. 32 I can deal with.
That's a lot.
Once it goes past 32, class. But they're in a class. That's the thing. PE is outside. So sometimes, like, no offense to PE teachers, I know their job is hard too, but sometimes they'll be like, well, in PE, we have like 70. You're also outside. Yeah. To be fair. Or in the gym.
And you're running. Yeah.
It's not easy. Yeah. I know it's hard, and it's probably like way harder than any of us can imagine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're outside.
Yep, very true.
You know what I mean? So,
well, as a math teacher, being inside of a classroom, because I know that where you're doing theater is probably a bigger classroom, right? Or is it a regular size classroom?
We've ran out of desks and tables before. Wow. So
do you move the desk around so you can make room to act in front?
There was one time I had called, and it's just like, if they don't have it, they don't have it, But there were kids that were sitting on the table in the back, like to the corner, because they had no place to sit. They're sitting on the floor. I had nothing to do. I'm like, I can't help you. Like I can't help you. I mean, we can go and we can go and loot another classroom.
That sounds
throw a brick through the window.
That's why they antsy. Like we don't have a desk. They sitting on a floor.
It's not my fault. I'm just like some guy that's trying to go through school.
Why should we take adults seriously when you can't even get us a desk?
Yeah,
100%. Failed as adults.
I know. It's like, hey, you want to just sit on the Kleenex box? Like,
exactly.
There's nothing to do, But
crisscross applesauce.
But yeah, the 10%. Yeah, I agree with that. It's the revolutionaries that want to overthrow the government in the classroom.
Yeah, and it all goes back to the kid feels, whoever those 2 to 3 kids are, they feel powerless in their own lives, so they got to take it out somehow. Mm-hmm. It's such a standard thing. Like you just see it, the patterns over and over and over, and you immediately know what kind of family life the kid probably has.
Absolutely.
It's either somebody is absent in their life or is a weak person in their life.
Absolutely.
It always comes down to that.
The thing is too, man, the thing that's unfortunate is like there's, and this sounds like one-on-one, I like every kid. I've never had a kid that like one-on-one I'm like, oh my gosh, this kid is just so. I haven't really had a lot of those students that are just blatantly disrespectful.
Well,
I've never had a kid. I've had one kid be blatantly disrespectful, but he wasn't my student. But they're usually like I love my students. I really do. Like, and I can relate to them. But it's like when you get like certain people together, it's just a bad chemistry combination.
Dude, it's because the reason why, man, is because those kids, right? When you're one-on-one with them, they don't have an audience.
An audience, yeah.
That's why I've told you before. It's like when you have a major behavior problem with a kid, the thing you have to do is be super calm. Be like, hey, we always use John, right?
Yeah, John.
Hey, John. Dude, can I talk to you outside real quick? Right? And then you get them away from their audience and they're cool. But if you say the same thing that you want right then and there, and they got everybody else around them, they're coming back even harder.
They go hard, yeah. Because they feel like you're embarrassing them now.
Yeah, do they
even something simple? They feel like you're disrespecting them.
If they admit to it, it's like they admit defeat. So they admitted what you said is true. So I've said to kids before too. I'm like, look, I know you got an audience and you want attention. Trust me, I get it. I like attention too. I think there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, we all of us do comedy. Yeah. All of us like attention. Mm-hmm. We're doing a podcast where we talk in a camera every week. We like attention. Yeah, I get it. But do it constructively. Don't do it by ruining someone else's day.
Absolutely.
And the thing is like at that age, there's a little bit of an excuse, right? Because they don't know. So that's where the compassion like kicks in. But then when you have so many kids in your class and there might be like several of them that are doing that, the compassion wears away.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember dating this girl, and she was telling me, she's like, my friend got diagnosed with compassion fatigue. And I was like, that's not real.
You gotta be kidding me.
Therapists are just making stuff up.
That's
like
crazy.
like they just want to sell you a pill or whatever it is, and send you to a psychiatrist so they can write. I'm like, compassion fatigue can't be real. Dude, once I started teaching, I'm like, it's real. Like compassion fatigue, whatever you want to call it, where you're exhausted. Whatever it is, dude, I've given out of F's to give.
Yeah.
You know, no more.
So do they teach you all this stuff on how to manage kids in your teaching credentialing program?
No.
Say that again to the camera.
No, they don't teach you any of this crap in your teacher credentialing program. It's basically all falls on you, the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take care of it. You have to do it. You have to be responsible. If that kid's acting up, it's because of you. That's what teaching credentialing.
Oh, wow.
And none of it is the fact that you're dealt
It's your fault all the time? It's that bad? It's your fault?
That's basically what teacher credential is. It's like you're not scaffolding, you're not differentiating your lesson enough, you're not plugging up all the holes in your ship. That's why there's a water leakage. And that's why your boat's sinking. They never say, oh, maybe the boat's sinking because you are in an impossible situation.
Yeah.
And there's too many people on the ship.
That's so
They never
crazy.
mentioned that.
That's crazy.
All of these different things have also come about because people have sued, and now you can't have one class that's filled with like now they can have honors. They've left that alone.
Okay.
But you can, all the other classes, you can't go, okay, these are mid-level kids. These are the lower kids. So now you have this wide range from literally, imagine the kids in your class from they're 7th graders, but they're operating on a kindergarten all the way up to a 7th grade level, and you're somehow supposed to reach all of them.
Yeah, you're supposed to reach all of them.
Dude, those are all the
impossible.
holes. It's impossible.
Yeah.
The only people that could even help you row the ship a little bit are the ones that are on grade level. The ones that are one grade level below, they can go, oh my gosh, this is an oar, but they can't fully put it in.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just staring at you like, where are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the game Twister. So you're plugging up all the holes on the ship. Remember Twister, whenever they would spin the thing, and then it's like left foot green, right hand yellow.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that, but you're plugging up so many holes. There's too many holes on the ship.
Yeah.
But like you can't plug all of them up and like continue. Then they want you to steer the ship. They want you to plug the holes in the ship. They want you to steer the ship. They want you to wax the ship. They want you to make sure that nobody jumps over the ship. They want to make sure that they want you to do everything. Things. That's why teaching sucks.
Absolutely.
In 2026.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. But do you guys have a lot of kids that can't read at this level now?
Dude, 50, I would say in big cities, right? Yeah. Your average school, your average classroom in a big city, 50% of the kids are probably operating on a minimum of 3 to 4 grade levels below their current grade level.
Crazy.
When they enter your class, and then you're told on day one that it's your fault. Like, I just met this kid, and then you expect someone that's operating on a 3rd grade level to do 7th grade math. They can't even add a 3-digit number to a 3-digit number. And you're having them work with letters, with variables. They're all lost.
Oh, they set up to lose already.
Yeah, dude. And it's like, it's crazy. It's just, there's too much that falls on the teacher. And it's like, that's why I don't blame, like, it's so hard to know really who to blame in education. But I tend to land on the fact that it's the lawsuits. That's what's really to blame, is crooked lawyers got together with crooked parents and they made a dysfunctional law.
Yeah, and then what you do is you create a almost like a philosophy around it that pulls on people's heartstrings or into their political leanings, and then it gets them into then they get the public to buy into things. It's kind of like, how many people would be pro-war?
Yeah,
right?
It's like
no, there's not going to be a lot of what
some
I mean.
people.
Some people, the ones that make a lot of money, right? They're the ones that are going to be pro-war.
They're war hawks.
But they need to they need the American public to kind of believe in it. So then,
absolutely.
So then they start creating, I guarantee, things in the news and blah blah blah. Then they start playing on people's fears or whatever.
You'll lose your freedom if you don't go to the store.
And next thing you know, they're supporting bad policies, but the public doesn't even think that they're supporting bad policies because they're not in the classroom. They're so far removed from things that they're just like, like, that sounds like a good idea. A D should be 20% for the social justice and equity, blah, blah, blah. And then they just blah.
Yeah, it's a great way to play on, like, to sneak legislation in. It's like, you know, restorative justice. Who doesn't believe in that? Who doesn't believe in
restorative? Sounds so good.
Restorative.
Don't you have a bad
justice
shoulder?
sounds so good.
It does,
but
it
now
does sound great.
What it is it's somehow putting like 700 kids on one bus. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? To where they do this, and it's like, then you're like, hey, I don't like this. And it's like, this guy doesn't like restorative justice.
Yeah.
And then it's like, then you're the bad guy. That's how they trick you. You guys want to go to the next question?
Yeah, thank y'all for coming in. We see y'all coming in too. So thank you so much for showing up. We appreciate
and thank you so much too for liking all of our stuff and following us on social media. You guys have no idea how much we appreciate it. And if you're not following us, you're watching right now and you're liking what we're doing, please do.
Smash that follow button.
Oh my God, you said smash that like
follow button.
Those YouTubers.
I know. I'm officially.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy.
Influence. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gavin.
Yeah,
Smash that follow button.
It's your boy.
Come on
Matt.
in, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Make sure to smash that like button. All right, let's get into it.
Let's get into this. Inclusion without support is abandonment. So I think what they're saying is like putting, like, streamlining special ed into mainstream classes. You want to grab that one, Zell? What do you think?
I think it's hard. I think it's hard. It just makes it hard to work with special ed kids when you got a bunch of kids that's special ed with regular kids, because that's a fight within itself to do, because they need special attention. So you constantly give these kids special attention. You can't teach like you want to teach. You know what I'm saying? Because you're constantly putting out fires.
Yeah. So I think it too, especially when what that person is saying is that a lot of the time what's happened is due to lawsuits, budgets and all that. Now they've found all these studies that say full inclusion is the best. It is for some students, but there's a ton of students, right? Whether they're general ed or sped or whatever, that are going to struggle in a gen ed classroom. Mm. So when that person's saying like inclusion without support is abandonment, they're saying, hey, and I agree with it. Let's do inclusion, full inclusion, but you better get somebody else in there to help
us,
because it's going to be so hard. Once again, imagine now you got kindergarten through kids that are on grade level. Now you have all of these kids with IEPs that need things in their IEPs to be met. Right?
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't for the sped teacher that I work with, I think most gen ed teachers would probably feel the same way. We would forget all of the accommodations that the kid in their IEP needs, that by law needs to be followed. Okay. So if you just leave the kids and they're not doing anything, man, you're just allowing them to speak of that ship.
Keep on
Speaking of the ship, you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
They're not even on the ship anymore. You just took them and threw them in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's more so it's not right for the kids either. You know,
not at all.
It's not fair for the kids because it's like
without the major support.
Yeah, without the major support, because it's basically what you're doing is you're putting a bunch of different people in a classroom. Here's a great way to put it. Boxing. There are several different categories in boxing.
Yeah.
There's heavyweight. There's featherweight, which I find disrespectful, by the way, featherweight, to short guys. There is no more unthreatening word than to be like, all right, we're going to watch our featherweights fight each other. It's
some little dudes, yeah.
Yeah, you could just be like, it's this class, but featherweight. But anyways, in education, there's different tiers. There's kids that are in advanced classes. There's kids that are in special ed classes. There's kids that are on grade level. There's kids that are just behind because they don't care. But when you put all of that in the room, that's like putting Mike Tyson in his prime and making him fight Warwick Davis. Yeah. Remember the actor who played the leprechaun and was in the movie Willow, the little person.
Absolutely.
And making those two guys box each other and being like, well, it's equality. And then you're like, hey, Mike Tyson is going to knock this kid out. And it's like, don't you believe in equality?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, this dude's like 2 feet tall, and Mike Tyson is one of the greatest athletes of all time.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's like putting LeBron James and me in a one-on-one and being like, don't you believe in equality?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, too, because we forget, right, that a lot of these classrooms that were sped, right, when they were, you would only have like 10 to 12 kids in the entire class.
Absolutely.
And you go, so all of those kids, not only were their IEPs being met, they were getting all of those extra minutes from the teacher per person
Mhm.
that they need to succeed, right? Think about that. One teacher, 10 students, and maybe you had an assistant in there too, right? So say you have 2 adults. They're lucky, right? Now you have 55, you have 110 minutes that you can, basically, you can almost give 10 minutes to every child,
Okay.
right? Imagine that. Between 2 adults, you can give 100, each kid 10 minutes almost. Now that kid isn't getting, without support, they're getting no help.
None.
None.
They get the daydreaming and they just out of it.
Yeah, and it's so unfair to them. So, if anyone has, and I'm going to say this to the camera, if you have a child that has an IEP, always go back and continue fighting to make sure that their IEP is being followed and they are getting the support that they need at the school. Because even as teachers, like I hear stories and I feel so bad for those kids, and those kids can succeed if given the right supports. So anyway, that's my little soapbox.
Yeah. I mean, because the kids in the after school program, they have IEPs, they have special help.
Even in after school.
Yeah. They have someone with them to watch specifically them.
Dude, that's what I love about, I like, honestly, like taking a second to call out like Zoe's company, because before I became like a teacher with the district that I'm at right now and was like a regular teacher, and before I started subbing, then I became a regular teacher, Zoe was the one who got me into education. And the way his company does it is they have so many supports in the classroom. Like, dude, you guys are doing it right because you have like 3, sometimes 4 teachers per classroom working with these kids in an after school program.
Yeah, you need it.
It's like you don't just throw like one person in a classroom full of these kids after they're like jacked up on Takis and Mountain Dew.
It's hard. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
And it's hard. And it's hard for those teachers too. We have 3 teachers and they might have some special people to help them, but it's still hard though.
Oh, it's not
70
easy.
kids in after school program, 70 kids, still a lot of kids.
That's a lot. Oh, yeah. There wasn't as many whenever I was there. There's 70 kids per section.
Yeah. It's anywhere from, let's say, 50 to 70 kids in the after school program.
Yeah.
It's about 23 per teacher.
Yep. About 20.
And that was tiring too. I remember when I did after school program. That's a challenge too.
Yeah. So quick question. How do the kids become IEP? How does that happen?
It's very simple. So when a kid comes into the school system, right? They're never like, okay, we're here to identify anybody. Yeah. It's when someone starts to really struggle. So then usually I think, unless it's something that's brought on by the parents, usually a teacher will notice like, hey, this kid is really, really struggling and they shouldn't. There might be something. I think because it usually starts in elementary school. So if I'm wrong, please accept my apologies right now. But then they can refer somebody, right?
Okay.
And then there's testing that is done. So they test all of the different things that can be, an impediment to that child's learning.
Okay.
So, but there's a wide variety of stuff. And then there's stuff that falls under an IEP where it's mandated by law and that stuff has to be followed. Then there's other stuff, I think that's like the 504 plan or something like that. It's the kid doesn't have an IEP, but they're struggling. So they also, you try to do
put them in that category
as well. Yeah.
But I think it's a lot of kids that should be on IEP that's not. I noticed that too.
Yeah.
They say, there could be a lot of truth to that, man.
And sometimes it's just kids get put on one because they don't care. But then it's like, okay, well, if you're not going to care, then you don't. I remember there was 2 teachers whenever I was in school. It was in the same grade. One of them wanted to put me in gifted classes and the other one wanted to put me in special ed. And the one that wanted to put me in special ed was because I just didn't try. I literally stared out the window all day long. And it's because it was French class in a southern area. Like, what redneck wants to learn French? You know what I mean? So I would just stare out window. And she would be like, I noticed that you stare out of the window all the time. It's like, yeah, because I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Block it out. Yeah.
You're never going to hear a guy in camouflage speaking French. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not going to happen.
Especially in Carbondale.
You guys want to go to our next question, see what else the users are saying. The school system needs retired vets, drill instructors, correctional officers, and our law enforcement agency like personnel to teach kids because they're not listening to us. Let's all give this guy a clap.
Yes.
Yeah.
This guy's basically saying that we need to bring in the National Guard to teach theater. Have the National Guard teach kids how to play improv games. All right, we're going to play Zip, Zap, Zob.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some truth to that. I kind of believe some truth to that because I feel like kids need to be scared. And they run over teachers a lot of times because they feel like they can.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do have like that type of authority in the classroom, it's going to be less kids acting up.
Well, kids always stop acting up. I'll give you an example. When admin walks in.
100%.
Kids always stop acting up when admin walks in. And the reason why they do that is because admin represents a little bit more of like a consequential thing that could happen.
Yeah.
Right? You know, like if somebody walks in, they represent a little bit more authority. If you are a teacher, and it goes in different ways. Like kids don't really have a problem, I'm guessing, acting up in PE. I don't really know, but I'm assuming kids will act up in PE. They definitely act up in electives because electives to them, I had a kid last year go, you know, like that one teacher. And then I was like, which teacher? And she goes, well, she's like a real teacher. You know what I mean?
That's a diss.
And so, yeah, it was a diss. You know what I mean? Like being like, oh, okay. Be like
featherweight teacher.
Yeah. You call me a featherweight teacher. You know what I mean? She's like, you're an undercard.
You're Warwick Davis.
Yeah. She was like, you're Warwick Davis. I'm talking about Mike Tyson over here. But yeah, you know, like, so a lot of times, I think that it's just like they know that they can act up in class, and there's different ways to be able to like exercise your authority as a teacher.
Yeah.
But still, as a teacher, there is only so much that you can do. And there's teachers that are amazing. They really figure it out, and they feel like they learn how to hook the kids. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
The kids like me and find me funny.
Yeah.
But as far as like keeping them on task,
Yeah.
for theater,
Yeah.
it's tough, dude. Especially when I'm by myself.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Well, you made a comment about they be scared of the admin.
Mm-hmm.
But did you hear about that principal that got beat up by the kids?
Dude, you showed it.
That was disrespectful. They hit this principal in the face.
Middle school, high school?
High school for sure.
Dude, you could tell that principal had been through.
He's been through it.
His suit jacket was ruffled,
Yeah,
and then he had one
fell.
piece of the shirt untucked.
He was,
and then he just started punching the other kid, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Wow.
Yeah, I think he was just fed up. I mean, it seems like that's the type of school. It's probably the bad neighborhood. Probably always bad stuff is going on at this particular school. And I think he reached his breaking point. He's like, you know what? This dude just swung on me. I got to fight back.
principal's a hard job, dude.
It's hard. He lost his job too, by the way, because he swung with a kid trying to fight back, which he's too old to be fighting some kid.
But he snapped, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, here's the thing. I never sanction that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
It's always wrong. So for people who are looking, never justify it. Because I know somebody will be like, oh, what is he about to say?
Well,
but the thing is,
I don't know if it's wrong.
Here's the thing.
But it's not the best choice.
I mean,
is the customer always right? No, but I have to say that.
I mean, you have to fight back if someone's fighting you. What are you supposed to do? Walk away?
Right,
I mean,
but
it's kind of a hard
can't-
situation.
You can't hit a kid.
You can't.
But my point being is this. You can't put someone in a lion's den day in, day out for decades and decades and decades and expect them to have total emotional composure.
Yeah.
You could take a monk, a Tibetan monk that stares at the wall all day long, and then as soon as he's been in a classroom, he's going to be like spitting at his steering wheel on the way
Dude,
home.
it's going to be breaking.
Wouldn't that be
cannot-
fun
He can be
to
breaking.
watch the Dalai Lama and Jesus walk out going, you can't help him. No, I'm leaving. I'm done.
Dude, I honestly think that so many people that are teachers and they teach like people how to be present in the moment, Eckhart Tolle would be like, you know what, forget the power.
They
now.
would beat him
Get
up.
in the earth. He would. I kicked a kid in the shin today.
All of that stuff. Yeah, all that stuff works in like perfect scenario.
Yeah.
100%. All those people. It's the same thing of like all the people that are like, well, what you need to do is build a relationship.
Yeah.
They can't survive in classrooms.
They
No,
can't.
dude, those people.
Absolutely not.
All
Absolutely
those
not.
gurus, dude, who get Erewhon catered to them at their meditation retreat in Calabasas are gonna lose their mind. As soon as
You
they
know who
teach
you know who I would think
in a city.
You know who I think would be good in classrooms? Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins would be.
He'll be good.
He
in
understands
classrooms.
human behavior more than anybody.
I think he'll be good in classrooms.
I think he's the only one. I love Tony Robbins.
Yeah. That's the
I'm
only
a big
one.
fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, he's on my Mount Rushmore of inspirations. I love that.
I would
guy.
just love to see him create that perfect lesson plan and then watch it crumble in front of his eyes.
in the classroom. Yeah.
I would just love to see, because he's used to like getting softballs thrown his way.
Oh, my
People paying
God.
like $5,000 a seminar.
Too
Who want
much
to be there.
Too much. They spend a lot of bread for his seminars. seminars.
For a Tony Robbins seminar. Dude, if I had it, I'd go to a Tony Robbins seminar. I'll pay $5,000 to walk across hot coals.
I remember when you gave me a Tony Robbins seminar thing.
I made you copies of them.
Yeah, I remember that.
used to do that to all my comedian friends back in the day.
Oh, really?
I would make copies of Tony Robbins' Personal Power too, and they'd be like, if you listen to this, I was like, you'll be rich.
You're gonna be straight. Yeah.
I remember I said after listening to Tony Robbins, I was like, I'm gonna live in a castle in a year.
Yeah.
You know, Tony Robbins had the guy who taught him, Jim Rohn.
Jim Rohn is dope.
So there's a quote by Jim Rohn that is absolutely amazing. It's the
Discipline and regret.
Yes.
He goes, there are two, you will pay one of two prices in life. That you will pay one of two, the price of discipline or the price of regret. It goes, discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons.
Wow.
Yeah. It's,
that's dope.
100%.
Yeah.
That's bars. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also what's made me too, think about, and this is probably a quote from somebody else, is what if every path you take in life is painful? Mm. It's just, how do you want your pain? Do you want your pain? Do you want to make it easy right now? So the pain's later on down the road, you keep kicking the can down the road. Mm-hmm. Or do you want to do the actual painful thing now and it gets easier over time?
100%.
Yeah.
Most people
right
will always, the path of least resistance. I just want to do it easy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I just want to eat McDonald's every day and have a healthy heart.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the way it'll work.
If life was easy, everybody could do it. If it was easy, everybody could. You know,
that's why it's just easier, dude, to be a consumer and a producer.
Absolutely.
If you're a producer, you create and put it out into the world.
Absolutely.
If you're a consumer, you just consume and you're just throwing it in your mouth like, what else you got for me?
Facts.
You know,
that just reminded that movie Idiocracy.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Where you're like doing that. I'm like, oh my God. I had a flashback.
It's such a great movie. Let's go to our next comment. Okay. We'll see what else people are saying. Let's see. I believe this is our last one. The kids who are not disciplined at home. Sorry, I got to laugh because it's so funny. The kids who are not disciplined at home are the narcissists who only respond to a transactional relationship. So kindness does not matter. Building a relationship does not matter. They only care about what they will get for acting appropriately.
That's so true.
They take the class hostage until they get something they want. Dang, dude, this is somebody who has... This person understands personality disorders.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
And that person has been in rough classrooms.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You can feel it in the comment section. It's the nerves. Most teachers are really kind, but I think you get to a place to where you're just on edge.
Absolutely.
Dude, what's the phrase? Don't cry over spilt milk. Mm-hmm. Dude, I have literally almost cried over spilt milk. Like, I remember I spilt salt at the end of the school year last year, and I was like, ah! Like I screamed so loud.
Really?
Dude, I was so upset.
And they are 100% right.
I agree.
With those kind of kids, right? And when they say they're not disciplined at home, meaning they're no sense of discipline or how to act around other people.
Absolutely.
That people actually also have, I don't know, hopefully a soul, and you can see that.
Yeah.
And it's not just with those kids, you can't. I know exactly what that person's talking about. You can't reason with them.
No.
There's no reasoning.
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't even, either A, they don't process it because it's hard for them to even compute it, or they just don't care.
They don't care. Yeah. And do you think those kids act like their parents? I think they give a lot of behavior like that for their parents. They act like their parents all day.
You're either a mirror.
All day. Yes.
You're either an extension, meaning you act exactly like them, or you're some weird funhouse mirror reflection of your parents.
Absolutely.
It's one of the two.
Absolutely.
Well, here's a great example. How many movies have you seen to where it's like the rich guy that's like the CEO, and then like he's like, why can't you just be more like your brother? You know, and then he's like overtly critical of his kids. And then his kid ends up becoming a burnout because, I mean, how many celebrity kids ended up becoming like POSs?
Yes.
Because their parents don't
Celebrity
discipline
kids
them.
are some of the weirdest people.
They are.
Well, because they grow up in
rich.
They grow up in this little tiny bubble.
Yeah.
And then it's like, dude, if your life is too easy, and it can be easy in one of two ways. Like, I'm not saying your life is easy if your parents are broke, but in a sense, your life is easy if your parents don't discipline you.
Absolutely.
You might not even have a lot of money, but in a sense, like, let's say you just have enough. Because what is a lot of money? In America, the majority of the world lives on less than $1 a day. In America, even poor people are kind of rich comparatively to the rest of the world. So it's like your parents let you do whatever you want. You get to eat McDonald's. You get to eat whatever you want. That's kind of an easy life.
Yeah.
And in celebrity, if they have like a ton of money, they get to do whatever they want. It's just childhood emotional neglect. And so like the parent neglects them, lets them do whatever they want.
Yeah.
The kid ends up becoming a total Tyrannosaurus Rex and just eats everything in its path.
And they can't think for themselves either.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing with just bad parenting too. You know, they just follow how their mom act. Their mom is lazy, so they lazy. Their mom don't listen, so they don't listen. Their mom is cursing everybody out in the store. They just doing what they see their mom or their parents doing all the time. Bro. They just acting like their parents. Some kids got bad parents. And parenting is not going on at homes at all.
And also bad habits, right?
Bad habits, yeah.
Back in the day, right? Now, we're in a new generation where most kids are not growing up with parents that smoke.
Yeah.
But if you had a parent that smoked at home, the possibility of you becoming a smoker, guess what? Both
goes up exponentially.
Exponentially.
Absolutely.
If one of your parents hits the bottle hard, right? Guess what? You have a greater chance. But if you also have a
weed,
family,
drugs, everything.
Yeah, if your parents smoke weed, what are you going to do?
Yep.
You're going to smoke.
And then you also get used to that with, I think it's not a conscious decision that all of this is acceptable.
Yes.
Do you know? And
so
this
crazy.
is not bad.
Yeah.
It's just a learned
And
behavior.
it's not the kid's fault, to be honest with you. It sucks.
No, it isn't.
It's not the kid's fault. That's why like you have compassion, but it's like when it's so in your face to such a high degree, it's hard to have enough empathy for every single person. It exhausts your empathy.
Absolutely.
Because like after a while, it just becomes like there's nothing I can do. And you develop a learned helplessness as a teacher because you're overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
And so many people, they're like, well, what's your guys' solution? Sometimes somebody will comment on our videos and be like, you guys are talking about the problem. What's the solution? I think the solution's pretty easy, at least from a teaching perspective. Because if parents aren't going to parent, support in the classroom.
Yeah.
Like what you do with your company and after school, support in the classroom. That's number one. Number two, start having consequences for kids by holding them back if their grades are not up to grade level. The fact that this is even an issue of social justice is so stupid to me.
Yeah.
It's social justice to hold them back because it's.
I think it's the best. I think it's the best thing to do is hold the kids back. You know how embarrassing it is to a kid to get held back.
Yeah, dude.
And they see their friends in another grade level and they get looked down at. That's the most embarrassing thing in the world. 100%. So kids need to learn that.
You look older than all the other kids. They look like children. You look like John Goodman.
Like a grown man.
Also, too, man, you know, when you're kind of like listing off the things, the other thing is like, if a kid needs therapy, get them therapy. We have a thing called a homeroom, right? It's 30 minutes. Well, what if there's a certain number of kids that get rotated or whatever, but they go to and see their therapist at school once a week? Right?
100%.
And it's like
get more therapists in the school because you do have a therapist on site. But it's like it's not enough. They can't therapize every single kid.
They can't.
They need
parents got to do it at home.
Yeah. So because don't throw all this on teachers and then expect miracles. It just doesn't happen, dude.
Absolutely.
And we've talked about this before. All these success stories that they make movies about did not happen the way that it's portrayed in the movie.
Absolutely.
None of it.
No,
right?
It's all.
And guess what? They're usually given a bunch of free reign. Those teachers, like Jaime Escalante, was given so much free reign to do what he wanted to. He could not reproduce what he did in today's public school system.
No,
there's no way, because he was allowed to kick kids out of class.
Wow.
Which is crazy, dude. Because people all the time, I love the comment when people get on and they're like, this is so easy. You guys sound so dumb. It's like, just kick them out of class. Just tell them, be like, you're not going to treat me like this. I'm going to do this and it's like, dude, we can't do that, you knucklehead.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to do that. That's why we're complaining.
Yes.
And it's like, it's against the law. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Unless this kid is committing an absolute, like a felony.
Yeah. Cause it's like, where are you going to send them to? Yeah. There's nowhere. You're stuck. You guys are roommates for the day.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
For 55 minutes.
We're
cellmates.
That should what it'd be called. It'd be like, go to your 55-minute. Yeah, it'd be like, my new cellmates are coming in. You know?
It's the worst.
It feels like. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for going live with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Continue to send us your comments, your questions. We love answering them. We love looking at them. And hopefully we're speaking to you, because the reason why we're doing this show is we want to provide an outlet for teachers. because
There isn't one.
Lord knows we need it. And there isn't one.
There isn't one.
Dude, I remember Chris, sorry, before we leave, he goes, dude, we're AA for teachers.
Absolutely.
We are.
I agree.
We're a 12-step program for teachers where people get around in the circle
and talk it out.
Yeah, instead of saying I'm an alcoholic, be like, hi, my name's Matt, I'm a teacher. Welcome, Matt. Yeah, my name's Zoe, I'm a teacher. Exactly. Welcome, Zoe.
If we have kept one teacher in each podcast away from hitting the ice cream or the bottle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've done our job.
We did
well,
it.
Dude, the problem is there's 12 steps. We're stuck on step one.
Admitting
we are powerless. Came to believe in the power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. We're not restored to sanity because we haven't given this problem to God. We're stuck on step one. We came to believe, step one is
we're
powerless over our problem. Yeah. We're powerless over these children.
Step two,
we should go through the 12
step
steps.
Two,
we came to believe. I'm serious.
It should.
No, step two that we became something. We came
to believe in a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Step 3, made a decision to turn our will and life over to the care of God as we understood God. Step 4, I'm in 4 12-step programs, guys. But anyways,
thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Peace.